such an attentive audience that just sits there and listens. And I've performed in all the best places. St. Paul's, Covent Garden, Regent's Park, and all other busy tube stations. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Gwyneth Jones, and as you can tell from my accent, I'm not a Londoner. No. I was born and bred in the former mining village of Henley-on-Thames. And I've travelled to the West End to seek my fame and fortune as a star of the musical theatre. It's hard, though. If only Andrew Lloyd Webber would write a musical about the girl from the valleys and a beloved recorder, instead of reviving Dorothy and her chums, I'd be laughing all the way down the yellow brick road. Anyway, feel free to come up and view the hat in all its emptiness if you like. And for all you overseas visitors, the notes with a 20 on them are only worth a couple of euros. Might as well chuck them in and get rid of them. You know, I was busking the other evening down near Parliament, and my mind wandered to the Daylight Savings Bill. That's the current debate about whether or not we should adopt Central European Time, opposed to the good old GMT BST combo. Central European is 1 hour ahead of Coordinated Universal Time, which is basically the same as GMT, but sounds far more exciting. As in, I've got a clock that tells me the Coordinated Universal Time. So don't tell me I'm late for work. It must be you that's early, boss man fool. Now, as I understand it, it would give us darker mornings, but lighter evenings. Those opposed to it say people will never get up in the mornings, and if they do, they'll have an accident on their way to work. Those in favour of it say people will go out and spend more if the evenings are lighter, thus aiding the economy. But I've got a third way. Gwyneth Jones's time. We start by setting the clocks back an hour so we get extra in bed. I don't mean extra in bed in the sense. Blimey, if that was the case, I'd go back up. I mean we get extra time to sleep. Then, after lunch, as a nation, we set the clocks forward by 3 hours, thus avoiding the unproductive mid-afternoon dip and getting to go home early. I put it to the House. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Let's have a celebration. Now, talking about work and its related subjects, being sick of, not of, sick of work. I heard recently that following extensive medical research, man flu really isn't a myth. Really do suffer more, really, if they've got the slightest hint of a cold. And it's made worse by the stress of work. So, I've been thinking of other dubious reasons for pulling a sickie that you can now get away with due to medical research, or by using big words like Coordinated Universal Time. If you remember my last topic, it wasn't that long ago, whatever you done with your clocks. So, you could try quoting post-consumption hydration deficiency with acute oscillating cranial pain. You're still pissed from the night before and you have a thumping headache. Or, you need climactically affected oxygen replenishment therapy. It's a nice day for the time of year, and you'd rather sit in the garden and get some fresh air. Or, my personal favourite, chronic early morning post-interpersonal relationship fatigue. You're knackered after an enthusiastic night of, well, I'll let you work that one out. Anyway, I'm not getting much business by you. I think I'll end on up the road. Mind you, for an innocent country girl, the West End's a difficult place to busk. I was arrested the other evening for soliciting in the street. I said, you got it wrong. I don't know the first thing about giving legal advice. Anyway, the next time you're in Shaftesbury Avenue, or having lunch with Andrew Lloyd Webber, as you might, remember my name, Gwyneth Jones. Thank you and good night.
Anyway, for more on this now, we crossed live to the American side of the border.
We got here as quick as we could, boss. Oh, listen up, and I'll tell you what's going down. We're expecting a consignment from our old friend in London, England. I've got one word for you. Imported contraband chocolate.
God damn, that's a mouthful.
How are we gonna manage it?
I've been chewing it over. We all know who's running this racket.
He's one tough cookie.
Yeah. Well, word has it he wants to control supply to the city and the state.
You don't mean?
Yeah. He wants to have his cake and eat it.
That takes a biscuit.
It's pretty hard to digest. If only we could get undercover.
I want to volunteer, boss.
Me too.
Oh, well, it's a pretty tough assignment. You'll be eating, sleeping, and drinking chocolate.
That's sweet. We'll head over there right away. I think we got everything we need.
Jaffa cake?
No, but we'll get one on the way.
Well, how do you plan to get close to him?
Well, I'll approach him in a bar. A chocolate bar, where the lights are low. A dark chocolate bar. I'll wear green and black.
Quality! Street informants tell me that the deal's going down sometime after 8.
But nobody really knows what he looks like. How are you going to know it's the right guy?
Well, I'll check his hands. If it's him, he'll have chocolate fingers.
You'll never get the information out of him.
Well, we'll go back to his place. When things get hot, he'll melt.
Oh, in that case, go and do your duty. And be careful out there.
Ha! We're not afraid of a chocolate baron. We can lick him.
Oh, you're a couple of smarties. Now get out of here.